Hello, welcome to 2030 Lab 9 IPsec policies as GPOs. Today we're going to be creating an IPsec policy that requires secure communication between computers. With this policy, we're going to apply this policy using a GPO. We're also going to prove that the data in the packets is encrypted by capturing a packet and showing the encrypted data. So let's get started. Alright, the first thing we will need to do, and we have already done, is we have configured the 801 computer here to be part of the LucernePublishing.com domain. Also, we have the 802 computer configured to be part of the LucernePublishing.com domain. The best way to capture a packet is to use Wireshark, which can be found at Wireshark.org. What we're going to do is we're going to start the Wireshark up, and it's going to sniff out some information. It's going to start capturing packets that are going forth in this network, specifically on our network connection right here on this computer. So we're going to click Start. Now it's starting to run. It's capturing just some packets there. We have saved a folder, a shared folder on this computer. We're going to copy that. It has a text document within it. Now we're going to go over to 802 and we're going to try to capture this information. We're going to go into Internet Explorer, and we are going to paste this in, and we're going to connect to the lab9 shared folder on 801. And we have done that. Now we're going to open our text document. We're going to look at it. So we're going to close that up. We're going to close our connection. Now we can go back over to 801, and we should be able to capture that information that we just seen. Alright, now I'm showing you the information that just took place. Here's 102 and 101, and notice how they were corresponding back and forth together when I connected to that shared folder. I dug down through here to the end of our going back and forth between 101 and 102, and right here is the read response, and right here is the actual information that was in that document. It says this is a text document in the lab9 folder. Imagine if I was credit card information. And so right there you see that the text that we are doing on this Active Directory network are not secure at this time. We are about to make them secure. Right, we want our IPsec policy to apply to the entire domain through a GPO. So we are now in the Instructor 01 computer, and we are going to go into our group policy. When we get into group policy, we're going to dig down into the domain that we're working with here, and we're going to edit the default domain policy. Right, now that we're in the default domain policy, we're going to go to computer configuration. We're going to go to policies. We're going to go down to Windows settings. We're going to go down to our security settings. And then we're going to go down to IP security policies on Active Directory. Alright, then we're going to right click on this, and we're going to create a new IP security policy. And the welcome to the IP security policy wizard pops up for us. We're going to click next. Our new IP security policy, we're going to name it the lab9 IPsec policy. Click next. You can activate this default response rule for earlier versions of Windows. We don't have any earlier versions of Windows like Windows Vista, so we're going to click next. And it says we have successfully completed specifying the properties for our new IP security policy. And now we're going to click finish, and it'll open us up to edit it. Right, now that we've created our lab9 IPsec policy, we're going to right click and we're going to go to manage the IP filters and the filter actions. We're going to go up to the manage the filter actions, and we're going to click add. This brings up the filter action wizard, which it welcomes us to the IP security filter action wizard. We'll click next. We're going to name this one like we did in the regular lab, secure traffic, and we're going to click next. We're going to select that we will negotiate security and click next. We're going to select the do not allow unsecured communication button and click next. We're going to make sure that data will be encrypted, authenticated, and unmodified, and we're going to click next. And after that, we're going to click finish. And we have added the secure traffic to the manage filter actions. Right, now we're going to add to our lab9 IP security policy properties. Click add. We're going to click, we welcome you to create the IP security rule wizard. We're going to click next. This rule doesn't specify a tunnel. We're going to click next. This will be on all network connections. It will be on all IP traffic. We're going to click next. We're going to click secure traffic, and that's the one that we created earlier. It negotiates security. I'm going to click OK using 3 DES, and we're going to click next. So we're going to use the Active Directory default Kerberos version 5 protocol, and that's when they're signed in and we'll have a secure connection. We'll click next, and this will complete the security rule wizard. We'll click finish. So now we have all IP traffic with the secure traffic filter that we created using Kerberos. Right now we're back in our group policy management editor, and we're going to click on the lucernepublishing.com. We're going to create a GPO in this domain and link it here. This new GPO, we're going to name it lab9 GPO Secure, and click OK. Now that we have our lab9 GPO Secure, we're going to go into it and click Edit. We're going to dig down like we did before into the policies, into Windows settings, into our security settings, all the way down to our IP security policies. There we see we have our lab9 IPsec policy again. We're going to click on it and we're going to assign it. Now we have assigned this policy to the lab9 GPO Secure, and it is ready. Now we're going to step back out of this. We're going to go back into our default policies. We're going to click on our GPO Secure. We're going to move that link up, and we're going to right click on it. Now we're going to enforce this on the entire domain. Okay. So now this GPO Secure will be enforced, and the link is enabled with this domain, and it is enabled. So, all right, now we're going to attempt to access. And once again, we'll open up Wireshark, click and start. Wireshark has begun. Go over to 802. Click under Internet Explorer. We'll put in our lab9 shared folder. And there it is. There's the information. We'll close it. And close out of that. Let's go back over to Wireshark. Right here you can see where the SMB2 is going on, the acknowledgement, the read request. And as you can see, everything is very well encrypted now. There's the request. Read request, read response. And it's all been very encrypted. So, this concludes our tutorial.